I'm a good player, baby. I ain't nothing like these other niggas who say do it big, I do it big. I'm a good player, baby. I ain't nothing like these other guys. I'm a super savvy small fry.
Goodplairs podcast. I am JT. Alongside of me is my co-host Dare Spirit.
Yeah. And today, I know y'all ain't used to seeing my boy Hammerhead on the interview, but we got a goat in the building, so he had to put it.
I had to put it.
Everybody else goats, but you know what I'm saying. We got alongside of me is my boy DK.
Yo, what to do, my nigga?
What up, bro? Bro split that Mexican food on himself, bro.
Kiki cooked them burrito taco, boy.
Ooh, she snapped.
You get something, we leave.
Ooh. Say less, my boy.
Oh, say less.
We got a special guest in the building today, man.
Sir, Ski.
Like I said, I had to pop out for this one, man.
Woo, well, that's hard, man.
That boy B-Flat.
Woo, what's happening, man?
B-Flat, what it do, man? Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
For myself, man, you know what I'm saying? But man, what it do is everything. That's the right answer, man. It's so much going on, so much we figuring out right now, man, and we're just staying on top of it, getting it together so I can keep it together.
Yeah,
for sure.
I came in here deep with them.
That's it. Yeah.
See where we going today. See where we going. Before we continue, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at The Goodplairs. That's PLAIRS. Make sure y'all subscribe to the coffee. That's ko-fi.com/The Goodplairs for all exclusive content. Shout out to everybody who joined the coffee.
Shout out.
Shout out to everybody. The clip loaded. We've been going crazy the past 2 weeks. So shit, hey, God good. You can't cuss and say God after that, can you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, big facts. But yeah, man, so let's get to it, man. B-Flat from the city.
Yeah.
You've been doing music for a long time.
Ooh, eons.
Yeah.
Good music, man. Good music.
Yeah, good music.
Word. Appreciate that, bro.
But I first met you, though. I met you on some different shit. I met you hooping.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He used to hoop on my dad's team and shit.
Real
Nigga
talk.
used to be dunking on niggas and shit.
Yeah.
I was literally talking to a nigga today, and I told him, like, bro,
Damn show.
you remember? Yeah. I told nigga, I said, yo, man, B-Flat. He used to be dunking on nigga. I forgot how you came up in the conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, B-Flat know how to hoop. And they was like, B-Flat, like, bro, Brian Cook, bro, he know how to hoop. They like, well, I said, bro, he used to dunk on niggas, bro. Like, what?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see if I still can after this, though, nigga.
Yeah, man, what happened to you, bro?
Man, the Kobe. Did the Kobe, man. I wish I was hooping when it happened, though, man. I wish I was hooping. Shoot, I was doing some athletic junk. I was at a video shoot, photo shoot. So, all right, cool. I'm trying to build and do something positive. Man, somebody called my name, like, oh, Flat, it's time to go. And Shawty called my name. I'm like, all right, cool, here I go. Grab the bag. I'm going about 20 yards maybe in that direction. And I'm thinking I'm just going to run. I'm crunk. I'm going to make a video shoot. I'm crunk. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I, boom, launched off this mug. It's like somebody took that book right there and held it up just like this, yeah, high, and just dropped it. That's what I heard behind me. Just like that. In this like tall ceiling warehouse so I could hear it reverberate. I didn't think the sound belonged to me at all. 100. But the next 2 steps I took, they were so weak, man. I ain't fall. At least I ain't fall. I get to say that much.
Go out like no hope.
But yeah, not at all. But I did look down like, nigga, what is wrong with gravity right now? Like, it was as though the ground was lower than when it was supposed to be because I ain't had that strength right there, man. Man, I was so mad. Immediately, I'm just like, what does this mean? Like, you know, for the next year. Like, I was already trying to think through this. Like, I can't finish the photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it happened. Real talk. And I know that sounds really cliche to say, but I knew it was an opportunity for me to grow. I hadn't been challenged by something this big in a while. So, and I knew I had a lot of decisions that I had to make. So, shoot, I'm growing through it.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what the Kobe is, he told us Achilles heel. Shooting a music video.
Yeah.
You niggas is not doing that. Niggas is not tearing your knee up. Tearing your Achilles heel up, shooting a video.
Golly.
So how much longer you got it in the boot?
Boom, about 3-4 weeks in the boot. And then just figuring out how to dunk again after that. And probably not gonna do it. I was gonna be playing laying low then, man.
So would it be more of a mental thing? Like you don't be wanting to hurt yourself again. So you be like, I ain't finna jump as high.
That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, I'm gonna figure that out firsthand, but I can see how. I can see how they say that though. Cause I mean, yeah, you see it like in niggas like D-Rose in the league, you know what I'm saying? Like after the big injury, they might calm down and figure out a different way to score. You know what I'm saying? So I imagine it's probably gonna be like that. Just, you know, I ain't being in control of that probably. But I might still try. Might still try it, man. Yeah, I'm gonna stretch beforehand. That's what I'm gonna stretch this time before the next photo shoot.
Because we don't need you out here, goddamn, performing in a wheelchair.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be on your ass.
For real.
Yeah, man. So how you got into the music for the people that don't know? Like, take it all the way back to the group in high school.
Yeah, all that type of stuff. Beforehand, it was art. So it was kind of on some Kanye stuff, man. I was drawing, painting, doing sculptures, all that type of junk, man. And when I came across the keyboard, like I understood it as soon as I seen it. Like I understood like the like playing by ear, and that's what I do to this day. I still like pride myself on it because it's a big challenge. You know what I'm saying, to play a difficult piece or whatever, and you just building off of that. But I mean, it was like I took the same idea of me like drawing, shading, you know, all that kind of stuff, and it was still art. You know what I'm saying? Like creating, it just ain't drawing on a sheet of paper. Now I'm drawing on a computer screen and on a sequence and all that. So once I got into just making tracks, I was remaking beats like off the internet at first. I don't tell that story too often. Like I'd be listening to something on 95 and I might record it. And I'm like, dang, I want to listen to what they did with the bell and try to do that on my Casio first. And then, it's a piano in there, and they did the drums like this. And niggas in the neighborhood was like, man, you need to start making your own beats. Like, I don't think about this often for real. Like, this is an exclusive story. And I was like, man, y'all niggas tripping or whatever. And I heard that from enough people. And I was like, man, why don't I try to see if I can just conjure up something, you know, on my own. And yeah, that's how I started. And then after that, I wanted to hear folks rapping on my stuff. And it was folks in the neighborhood that was rapping. So then that's how we formed a group. It was doing independent labels, I'm a Baller, and a few different groups within it, man. And from then, it was just folks I ran into in high school that was brilliant in music, and we just kept putting it together, man. I kept doing it through college. After college, I was engineering, and I just never stopped. So when people say, oh, how long you been doing it? I always say it was when I got out of school, because that was the point to where I did it, and I never stopped since then. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no moving off, going to this, going to that, going to school. That kind of got in the way of it. From since then up until now, I've been like engineering and producing like full time, dog. And I'm so thankful to be able to say that.
Yeah. Sure. You like the first person that I actually went to a studio.
Word.
Studio. Because I used to love your studio setup when it was over on the east side. And it was like, it felt like I would assume how people feel when they come here. You know what I'm saying?
Word, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I remember too.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, like, it was fire, bro. And so after that, you start making music. And then, like, what was next after that? Like, what made you connect some more dots for us? Like, you went from here, and then next thing I know, you moved into the A.
Shoot, it's a couple things to talk about before that happened, and that's my first placement. And that's really, really an interesting story, man. My dog Phil, man, he had put me on game to a play where I can shake hands with somebody. And
shout out Phil.
Yeah, 1,000.
Big Phil.
And shoot, man, he put his play together where he can be in a certain position to get me there and to get a CD to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing my age here now. You know what I'm saying? I said a CD, compact disc. It's so cool, but it worked. It was just like, let's just shoot in there, see what happens. But it actually did work. I got a call. Actually, I talked with him too. And it's a big reason I ain't gonna say who it is first. But I got a call the next week, and they had recorded a whole song over one of the tracks. And it blew me because I ain't had no access to nobody like this that was like, you know, nationally syndicated and all that type of stuff, man. And man, I was a deer in headlights, dog. I was like, man, whatever we gotta do to make it happen, let's make it happen. And I was reason I'm saying I say that name because it didn't go well. Like it did, I was just green. I was lime green at the time as it relates to what exactly to do. But at the same time, it really did go well because, like I just said, nationally syndicated artists. So at the least bit, a lot of people knew about that. So that made me have new clientele and continuous clientele for probably 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Just off of just what I was doing. It might have just been engineering studio time, but I have to at least consider that, even though the business ain't go as well as it maybe could have or should have. So from then, I just, you know, obviously, I know to learn the business a little bit more now, right? Yeah. So I went like gung-ho about that and figured that out a little bit more. Still learning that. I mean, it's ever changing as the times change. But from then, I got a little bit more conditioned to getting placements and what that means and what it means for me and how I can use them. 'Cause maybe it's different for everybody. But the placement thing happened a few times, man. I'm going to the A back and forth with some of my folks, man. And I think it was like, I know I'm skipping like a decade here, but maybe around 2017-ish, somewhere is when I was going every week. Like they say in Brown Sugar, I'm coming back every week. And I'm talking about I go and stay for like 5, 6 days. You know what I'm saying? Some days, 8 days. And some start coming out of that. If you know one person, like I say, we in the age of information. You need the internet. Get your internet presence branded, but nigga, don't nothing replace that right there. Nothing, dog. When I started going over there and shaking hands with the people that I knew, and they got to look me in my eyes and get a feel for me, hear my voice in real time in 3D, 4D, like that's when stuff really started building over there. So I would never ever downplay the like what you get from actually like shaking hands. You know what I'm saying? Like we could have did this virtually, and it wouldn't have been that much as much as what it's doing right now with us being in a room together. Yeah. And shaking hands when each one of y'all walked in, man, we looking at each other smiling like it's something real to that. So I started learning just how much that meant over there. And but the killing part about it is that I always had to come back home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like is you build and you come back home. Then I started getting calls like, "Hey, bro, you in town? Important niggas. Like, you in town, I need to record this song." And usually when it's those sorts of people, those caliber people, they ready to go now. Like they got the idea 5 minutes ago and they ready to record in a few hours. And I'm, man, I can get there like tomorrow, 2-3 days, man. I got some stuff going on, but I can get there in 2 days. And I always heard the same things. "Oh, it's cool, man. I'm gonna get it figured out." And I'm like, dang, what could that have turned into? Like, what did I just miss? You never know. It could have been nothing, but it could have been something. And so I was just like, man, either I gotta find a way to get over here more often. And at that time, man, I was working on RL a lot more from the group.
Drop
next.
the gunshot. All that.
Man, but I'm talking about every week had something to work on, and we was doing the whole thing the way you hear a lot of people say, let's just stack records, let's build records. And man, that turned into something because whenever a call would come in, we always had something that fit whatever that call was. Yeah. And then from there, you know, you meet other people and stuff like that. But some of those calls made me realize maybe 3 years ago, like, dog, I got to figure this junk out, like how to get over there, like to be there, like to have some kind of spot, a bunker in the ground, something to where when those calls come in, they might not come in once every 5 or 6 months, but when they do, cool, I'm here. Where you at? Let's just meet here. Let's work. Let's get it done. And since I've been able to do that, some really, really cool stuff has been happening, dog. All right. So by being over there.
Let's slow it down and take it back a couple sentences. You said you work with RL.
Yeah.
That's from Nick's. For the people that don't know.
1,000.
Wifey.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
How did that relationship come about?
Man, he was, it's good. It's a good one, dog. He was at an event, and that day I had run like 3 sessions. Yeah, y'all know what that means. Yeah. I was dog tired. I used all my neurons and protons, and man, I was dog tired. And I was just laying on my bed, and I got the call like, "Oh yeah, you can come up here and say what's up." I'm like, dang, bro, like, do I really want to go do this? Like, I knew it was big. I mean, respected his work and who he stood for, his brand and all that. I was like, of course this is gonna be like something that I would like to do, but I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you how many incidents that have happened for me when it was just like, dog, I'm tired, I don't want to go. And if I push past that threshold and actually get up and go, like, nah, something good comes out of it. So to meet him, it was like the handshake, and it was, we need to work together. And I'm saying the same thing, and I'm like, we're just gonna do this, and it's gonna be Hollywood talk afterwards, just because that's what always happens. But we actually were in contact via email, and then it was phone. Next thing you know, we in the studio passing emailing files back and forth, and then we actually got in the studio. And yeah, it was just like history because I took it so seriously. Anything he sent me, I treated it as though it was my stuff. Because this was like, okay, I'm on this like center stage at American Idol and I have to perform. Yeah. You know, and from then I've probably kind of always been that way, to where I just like tried to do everything as well as possible. And if it didn't work, it wasn't his style, didn't like it, then fine. It's gonna happen that well for the next person. But with that particular thing, he was like, no, yo, we can get some more work done, we can build. And of course, with him and his caliber, man, all the people that he knew, man, build relationships with all these other people, man, I done got to work with some of my heroes because of that handshake, dog. Like, yeah, and it's been crazy since then, dog.
Yes, sir.
Can you give us like the people that you work with, like probably 2 or 3 names?
All right, boom. So right now, the first 2 that just popped up in mind, and it's crazy. I hate to say 2 or 3 because it's some really, really brilliant people. But right now, I got some really, really, really good stuff going on with Akeem Ali. Yeah. Really, really, really good stuff, dog. We just actually put out a project, and it was a joint project, like on some Metro Boom and 21 type of stuff, to where I produced the whole joint. It's called Roses Are Red, but I'm colorblind. And the whole like the whole concept is what you did, is what you just did. Like, you know, that's really what's being said on there. But the sound is so like just, you know what I'm saying? It's just everything sound big. And then I got some really, really cool stuff. And this might be servicing in the next couple of weeks with Lil Duval. Yeah, but it's different working. That's very interesting. Two different spectrums because Akeem, he does do the single game a lot, but he focuses on projects. Like he thinks through.
He be spinning.
Yeah.
God.
But what y'all hear from him like coming up soon is well thought out, full projects already mapped out and put together. And Duval, he playing the single game. That's what worked for him. You know what I'm saying? So to be a part of both of those things. What was the last single he put out? I don't believe so. I think he might have did something with somebody else before. Since he worked with me. Probably the coolest thing that I ain't gonna say the coolest thing, but something real cool that we were a part of was a single a few years ago called Pull Up. And that had Ty Dolla on it and had a remix with 2 Chainz on it. So to see all that happen, like that was legit. And that taught me a lot about collaborating. Because at first it was just, that was a song that Ariel and I had worked on. And we just had it in the tuck till the phone call came in. We never knew, you know, if it would ever be used for anything. But then boom, now we had the song the way that we did. All right, demoed it. And then there come Duval, he doing the vocal. So now it's different. It's not necessarily say it's worse, better, nothing like that, left, right, up, and down. It's just different. So it's man, that's an interesting twang. We never would have thought of doing it that way if we wouldn't have bonded with this person to do this. Then instead of me doing talk box on the record, and I do talk box, we called Jay Hot. He hit up Jay Hot to do the talk box. And he's better at talk box than I, you know, especially at that time. So to see that come together, this is a nice little twang. All right, now we got 3-4 people on it. And they called Ty. We waited 2-3 weeks for it. No, months. What am I talking about? It was months. So we kind of gave up on it. And I will never forget, I was working on something and I just got an email one day like, bing, Ty Dolla feature for Pull Up.
Oh, damn.
I was like, dang, bro, like I'm about to be appointed to mix this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on me now. You know, like everybody's blocking, the coach is called to play, and so the ball is in my hand now. You know what I'm saying? Like all these important things have happened. So, but what he did is he re-sang how the second verse was demoed. So now you got another element of like somebody else's hand you holding through this. It was one way beforehand, now it's this way. With this beautiful array of colors, with all these different minds, just doing stuff just a little different. And I'm like, dang, man, I would have never thought to do that like that. That was dope. And then you got this whole project, and I get to say it would have never been that without collaboration. You know what I'm saying? So it's a time and a place for, you know, you just being in a dark room by yourself, writing a song, and it's a masterpiece. But then there are those times where shaking hands with somebody and working together and get something done, something cool can happen.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. You ever had a song that you wrote for somebody and then they did it and you like, when you got it back, you like, man, hell no.
Yeah, well, not wrote, but produced. Yeah, 1000. Because, I mean, I do write, but production is far more like, you know, daily. Like, I do that a lot more. So, yeah, of course. But then, guess what? That's the challenge for me to take that hat off and put the engineer hat on. How can I take what they've done and still bring it up 2 or 3 levels? Yeah. So, but yeah, the answer to your question is undoubtedly. Yeah. But it's a challenge.
Because I know y'all have a heart. Y'all record niggas like, and they don't even make hooks and shit.
See, that's something I learned from Flat, like how to treat your session, like see what they trying to do and help them get to what they're trying to get. I learned that from you. Like a lot of people get with me like, bro, you help me put this song together, and you helped me and Ozu put a song together.
Word, that's hard. Yeah. 1000.
I fuck with that. And I always took that and ran with it.
Word, that's hard, bro. That's super hard.
When I'm mixing songs, like when I'm working with a song, it's just like, if I don't like it, I'm just like, bro, let me fix this song because this shit trash.
Yeah,
let me fix it, bro. Yeah, bro. Because
so
I don't like it, so I don't think nobody else gonna like it.
So when you say fix, what does that mean, like to you?
Like add,
like decorate it,
throw my little ingredients on top of it.
Got you. Okay.
That's what I mean.
Well,
like a lot of people good at making songs, but music, but not good at making songs.
Got you.
So a lot of people just rap, so we had to make them a hook, put some ad-libs where ain't nothing there, make a bridge.
Yeah.
Or they have too many ad-libs. So take some of the bridges out.
Oh, bet. Okay. Yeah. So it's just making the right decisions.
Yeah.
Because niggas do be trash, like. But when we have sessions up here, I ain't heard a trash nigga yet, though.
Oh, word.
For real. The young niggas that come here, them niggas be going crazy. Wasting, looking on the floor, fucked up, getting the vibe and just go crazy.
Yeah.
Be like, damn, my boy.
Yeah.
Y'all piped up in this bit.
Well, but see, there's something to be said about that. All this is y'all set up, the brand that y'all built. you know what I'm saying, you're gonna attract that energy back. You see what I'm saying? Like, so realistically, I think that if there was somebody that wasn't developed well enough or just was kind of playing around with it, if they could admit that to themselves, that they might not even have the confidence to come in with it. You know what I'm saying?
And I did hear that from one particular artist. He was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was about to hang it up, but I came in here and made some shit we ain't never made before. And that shit kind of relit that fire for us.
Okay. Now, that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, you got this project out. Now, I do got a beef with you, right?
Let's go. Let's cook it.
So, I think this Batman superhero.
Oh, superhero. Okay.
You didn't put the original superhero beat on the project.
On the project? No, yeah.
Why not, bro? Because I used to be in the car on the thousands. I'm talking about. Then I listened to the project when it first came out, and I was like, I'm gonna slap this nigga.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna dodge it. I'm Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Man, the thing is really just being too much of a, I don't want to say an artist, because when I say that, I don't mean a recording artist, just an artist. You know, man, I keep on mauling this mic stand. And me listening to it and just railing myself saying, oh, but I did that X amount of years ago. It's got to sound different. Like, there's probably 7 billion people on earth who haven't heard that, so they wouldn't care if it was their first time hearing it, but it's just me. I just did it for me, honestly. It's like, oh, it needs an 808 in it and some faster hi-hats, you know, but somebody like you is saying like, oh, man, but it sounds different. I was married to the other one because the other one wasn't bad. Like, I could have just re-sang the lead and remixed it and it would have probably been just as fine.
That shit was so fine, bro.
Yeah.
That in 280.
Word,
Your Sam Cooke cover.
Oh, bet, yeah, Sam Smith. Sam Smith, yeah. Dang, that's crazy. It popped up in my head. I remember that.
That shit was too. Yeah. Them motherfuckers some heaters. I re-downloaded SoundCloud just to go back.
Word.
And play that shit. Like,
that's
probably
hard.
About 2-3 months ago.
That's hard, man. I appreciate that, bro.
Like, bro. Like, I ain't never think you was gonna take the singer route. I thought you was just gonna be like a producer.
Yeah, me too.
And then when I heard you sing, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
I think the first song I heard you sing on, and this song's still hard to this day, was the Done Prayers My J's.
Oh yeah. Another day. You can fly to the moon, but you can't walk in my J's. Ah, baby.
Yeah. Nigga went off on that hoe. You hear me?
One of your songs, me and my wife wedding song, that Out My Life.
Out of My Life. Oh, dang, that's hard. Yeah, with the long intro on it. Yeah.
That's how wedding.
That's hard, man. Ariel wrote that hook. He wrote that hook and he just sent it to me. He's like, man, you do the verses. So that was the first time we had worked like that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's hard.
How long
my wife heard that song and cried.
Word, dang, that's hard, bro. Yeah.
How long it usually take you to finish a song? Do you like finish it like an hour, 2 hours, and you build on it?
I build, but I don't build on different days. Yeah. Like, the reason I probably don't have as many songs like as a recording artist that I want is because I don't want to start on it until I know I've got a big enough time span right there in that moment to finish it. Yeah. I'm talking about like fully finish writing the verses. Because most of my songs, I got voice memos in my phone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like doing some other junk, making a sandwich, and then just the whole song just land on me. Like, I want my phone, I got to do it now. I can hear the whole beat, I beatbox it, and whatever other ideas for the hook and melody or whatever. So I'll go back and listen to that and like, yeah, man, I got about 5-6 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just call a spade a spade. It ain't no 2-hour process. Yeah. I'm really like, suturing and doctoring that mug up, man. And that's usually on some late gate type stuff. I love it, dog. It'll keep me up to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. When you get in that zone.
Yeah.
I was in that zone like that today. I had somebody waiting in the lobby for about 30-40 minutes.
Oh, dang.
And they called me and was like, I'm still down here. I was like, oh, shit. I had forgot. Dang. We got in the zone.
Yeah.
With the girl who was up here.
Oh, bet. Yeah. So, that's like, I like to kind of hold it akin to like the song is writing itself, or the project, what the creative thing is constructing itself. It's almost, it's on autopilot. Yeah. I done lost space and time. I don't care that it's 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I love that genre, dog.
Yeah. So like, we're gonna hop off the music real quick. I know we talked about you used to hoop and shit.
Ooh.
So did you expect for Denver to win the finals?
Man, honestly, well, never. Because realistically, like when I was really, really, really way more in the ball, like they had their times where they were really good, but you knew who the teams were. Like the ones who had their big runs for 5 or 6 years and all that kind of stuff. So I never saw it. I mean, of course they got some phenomenal players, but the honest to God truth above all that, man, I've been in the studio so heavy, man.
Yeah,
I wasn't even like,
yeah.
I knew it was happening and I, got highlights and stuff like that, but man, I wasn't even really, the past maybe 2 years worth of seasons with sports, I ain't been on it like that, man.
You just been
and I be wanting to be on it, but I was just like, man, I got this grand opportunity right now. It's like I got the tiger by the tail and I'm not letting it go.
Yeah.
I don't care what's on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's been that type of thing. So I know of it, but I ain't really been into it enough to like really be a part of it, man.
Yeah.
As boring as that sounds, it's the real.
Nah, that's you living out your passion, bro.
Yeah.
And
Don't
then,
you like F1, don't you? Like
Yeah,
Formula 1 racing,
yeah.
I see you post that a lot.
Yeah, I've been on that like maybe the past 2000, maybe 4 years. And the reason I got into that, I took on the challenge of learning a new sport. And it would have been like, maybe say if I would have gotten into motocross or something. But I guess it's kind of akin to that. But it was just like, I don't know the rules. I don't know what it takes to win. Everybody on the grid is really, really good, like the best in the world. So how do they get 1 millisecond, 1/10 of a second faster than the other driver? That's really what it's about. And that's a huge challenge. If you say, man, all of them going around the track in 2 minutes and 16 seconds, but it's 2 minutes and 16 points, such and such. Like all of them might say 16, but it's 20 people at 16, but milliseconds kind of make the difference. So trying to figure out like how they might have to bend the wing and, and make an adjustment to some other aero part or what kind of tires they use. It was good to see that challenge and people like, dang, man, this is really like challenging. You know what I'm saying? It's really fun to, learn it. So yeah, I've been on that heavy, dog.
the Formula 1.
Yeah.
I'm one of my dad's frat brother's sons. He like the first black dude to win.
Dang.
The F1 Formula. And he was blitzing their ass like 6 races straight.
And that's
My
hard.
dad, the Barber Motorsport.
Okay, yeah, for
His
sure.
name is
So it's probably Indy out there. Because
Yeah.
I know the Indy
Yeah,
circuit
Indy
goes
circuit.
out there. So that's hard.
Went to the I'm about to look it up real quick.
Yeah.
You see yourself getting in one?
In one of them?
Mm-hmm.
No, that man. Them niggas, when you really think about it, dog, I bet they have to hug and kiss their children every day before they finna go on that track, dog.
Real.
They can literally die like every time. Like it's for real. Like they say that themselves. Like, cause you in a rocket on the ground, dog, going 210 miles per hour on the straightaway.
That close to another rocket.
Right.
20 more.
Right, real talk. That close to the ground. So when they built the little halo, because I used to look at this when I was a kid just a little bit. I wasn't really into it. I'm like, man, this looks super dangerous. They in this joint and their whole head is exposed. What if it turns over? And then they built this little thing they called a halo above it. And I've seen some terrible crashes keeping up with that stuff. The where cars just flip over, the air get up under it, and they just just 200 yards down the fairway, dog, and they still able to talk because of that thing up there. But nigga, it could have gone either way when you're looking at it, dog. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm in the cars, so I will, on some supercar type stuff, I do kind of push it a little bit with that. And, just when I get a chance to kind of sit behind the wheel of one of them. But I don't know Formula 1. That's a whole different monster. You got to kind of be like starting from a kid. Like your parents got to have been putting you in like the go-kart circuits as an 8-year-old, like that type of stuff. That's how they make it.
Because I seen you on Instagram one day. You was driving a what the fuck?
Yeah.
What was that?
Man, it might have been
It was like a Benz. or
Benz.
something?
Okay, it was the
pressing all the shit to start.
Yeah. So the AMG GTS. I got a hold of one of them for a minute. I wanted it for a photo shoot, video shoot, or both of them. But yeah, and by that time I knew a lot more about that world of cars. So that's okay. I got to put it in Sport Plus mode. Blah blah blah. But don't do this. Definitely do that. Stuff like that. Man, I can say this now, but man. To be able to throw that mud, I was like 150, 160. There it goes, dog. On 20.
From 0 to...
No, how fast does it go from 0 to what? Like,
how long it took you to get from 0 to 150?
I don't know, because I was being a little careful. So I was already going probably, with traffic, 80, yeah. And I finally seen it was like a video game. I seen the tunnel vision, and the little lines popped up, nigga. I said, and realistically, you play Need for Speed on the games back in the day and stuff, and it really do get like tunnel vision. Once that happened, I let go. I was like, nah, nigga, this happening in real
Like
life.
you would have found out with it.
Yeah.
That man would have found out. Walk around and found out.
yeah. Take this amount of F around. Yeah.
Give me the key, nigga. Let go.
Yeah.
What's your dream car?
Man, it's different tiers, man. Like if you give me 100 to play with, I'm going for a Nissan GTR because it makes sense. It's the Ferrari killer in that field, but it's a Nissan, but it's their supercar. Still 565 horsepower. If it's like unlimited, man, I'm going for a Koenigsegg Agera RS. You know what I'm saying?
know what
Koenigsegg is like a Swedish car maker, and it's like, it ain't supercar. It's like sports car, then you got supercar, then it's hypercar. Yeah, and that's like the La Ferrari, you know, some junk. They call it Bugattis. That's in that field or whatever. So yeah, that's it right there, man.
D. Keller, what you would get?
Like you said, depend on, you know what I'm saying?
100,000.
100,000.
You got to get something with a
Just
headrest in there. Hold on. You said what about what? Headrest. That nigga head look like a helmet when you take that hat off. Back that nigga dog piece longer than the motherfucker. He got to get a feed. We got to put this shit in the cooler. Like a little league cooler.
But I ain't the type of person that just get one car. I got to get a bunch of them all. Like, if I got 100,000 to spend on a car, I'm going to try to get something that like numbers matching. You know what I'm saying? Like a Chevelle or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that I'm really finna spend 100,000, probably not even drive the car that much.
You gonna get an old school.
Like a collector's car. Like
Okay, I feel that.
you know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I'm a daily driver. I'm getting it. I'm putting my hours on it, man. I done waited too long for stuff like that.
That nigga
So yeah,
T
that's
was
what I'm
on a Tesla.
Yeah.
Darren
one?
on a food truck. 2023 hot dog wagon.
I think it was the Model S.
Yeah, for sure. That's the first one. That's the
You
flagship.
want the plaid? You want that fat motherfucker?
No, it's the one that's the coupe. I forgot which one it is. It's a small one, then it's a medium size, then you got the SUV.
Yeah.
The medium one straight for me.
Okay.
I forgot which one it is. I know that. I don't know.
Word.
I knew the Tesla was little when I seen Usher struggling to get in his shit on
Yeah, that
we was
egg
on Rodeo.
No, so he had the little one. Well, not necessarily
The
the
one with
little
the
one.
doors lit up on the side.
Oh no, hold on. That's the biggest truck.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there.
He
Yeah.
was, man, Usher like smaller than Teasy, goddamn. I was like, I don't
Pretty
want
sure
one.
Usher probably like 6'2".
But no, but Usher like 5'6". He's
Dang.
shorter than you and he's skinny. TV just make a nigga look tall. You look tall on YouTube.
You know,
Yeah. Kurt looks skinny on TV. Kurt like not too much on Kurt. So how you wound up linking up with Akeem Ali?
All right, so my dog.
Tell Akeem Ali, man,
Yeah.
tell him I want to freestyle with him, bro.
Oh,
Oh, God.
man, he
wrong,
be
bro.
going berserk
Bro,
on them
I-
joints. Man, I'm talking about for real, bro. Bro, we going spazzing. So, my dog Daniel Payne, he used to go by KD Hill.
Shout
Shout
out
out to
He
KD.
did a lot of
Y'all
good
niggas
stuff
got
here,
his
dog.
stuff, too.
A lot of good stuff here in Houston now. He came to the A to do a video shoot, and he had did a song with Akeem, so he already knew him. And so I just showed up. I mixed the song. I didn't produce it or anything. I just showed up. He in town is my folk. And so we just shook hands. And the videographer, my dog, 1080 Ben, Hollow Ben, he was a little bit, y'all niggas need to get together. Y'all need to do some work. I swear. And so, of course, again, handshake. Let's exchange information. Hollywood talk. I'm thinking, oh, this is never going, whatever. It might happen, might not. But he kind of got a hold on to some of my work visually, like what I was recording myself doing with some people and stuff. And he just kind of just hit me online. He was like, man, let's link. All right, cool, let's link. Again, it was possible because I'm there now. That's the thing. It could have been one of those, I'll be there next week or whatever. And you just never know. So we just actually got together. We worked on a couple records the first day. Beforehand, we just kept linking out. And man, I can't wait for folks to hear these projects. Like we've done just a little bit more than a year worth of working. And we probably got 4 or 5 solid whole albums already constructed.
Like 16 song type shit.
Not necessarily. It might be around the 10 mark, with today's time with the way it is, but solid. Like already know the track listing. And that's how it works. He just sitting wherever he sits at and constructs the whole thing and blah, man, we got to do this song called this. I got this idea. I got this one. I need this bass line. And we just sit in every session when we cook up from the ground up.
So y'all
what I'm
actually
saying?
in the studio together.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And he just got to wait on me to finish producing.
He ever said some shit in mid taking, you had to stop it.
Nah, I have to stop from laughing. Yeah, I have to stop from laughing, yo. And hold it in till he get done and be like, nigga, did you just say such and such? Yeah. And of course it ain't even like over top for him. It's just second nature for him. He used to it. But I'm talking about, dog, the Roses Are Red, but I'm colorblind. It's super legit. The project that we just joint did, but it's like the tip of the iceberg, dog. Yeah, he legit with this joint, dog.
And so after that, it's gonna be like more project. They gonna be back to back, or they gonna be like something else then y'all. Something.
No, it's back to back. We didn't mapped it all out and scheduled it out. It's like the first thing that we might have done that was a full project. It might be the third album that comes out. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. So you know, okay, this one gonna be this one has to be that after that, and then this one has to be even bigger than that one. You know, the stuff just according to the sound.
That's hard.
So yeah.
So we got this part right here called Indie Pick, where we play a song from an independent artist. Since you're the artist since you're the player partner of the day, we want you to introduce one of your songs so we can play it right here in this little gap.
Oh, real talk? Oh, just one of mine?
Yeah,
no way.
Yes way, nigga.
Come on, yes way, absolutely. I could just think of any song.
Any song.
Woo, let's go with
Let's superhero.
They would play some joke from 1949, man. And that's how I'm thinking as an artist. Man, let's go with Pick Up Your Phone. That's Got Me On It featuring Lil Duval. Yeah, that was big. That was big. I love that song.
Yeah.
Man.
Hell yeah. Play that shit.
Word up.
Introduce it.
Yeah. So, TR Total Request Live. Right here, tune in first. You got Brian B-Flat Cook featuring Lil Duval. It's called Pick Up Your Phone. You know what I'm talking about?
We're going to be right back after this.
Chill.
This smoke break is brought to you by my nigga P, the 205. And Mike Tyson. We'll be right back.
Yeah, man. You got it's on Apple Music? Mm-hmm. Okay. We can listen to it.
Oh, just this whole damn. I can sit up for real.
That boy B-Flat. I went to go grab the vacuum off that motherfucker.
The vacuum?
That one of them cleaner up.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He thought I was about to say something.
No. I just ain't know. I ain't up here, but yeah, you ain't lying though. That is some house cleaning.
It's certain songs like Dej Low got a song that's like, ooh, yeah, ooh. That shit make you want to clean up.
Okay.
Love More got Gentle. That shit make you want to clean up. Anita Baker make you want to clean up.
You're right.
Luther make
Sweet
you want to clean up.
love.
Yeah. Facts. That's crazy. So how was that recording process with bro?
Man, I could pull up probably a 5-minute voice memo. Again, it's going back to the voice memo. Man, I ain't gonna stunt. I was in a 8-hour studio session, and I dipped to go hit the bathroom, and I'm just doing that. Finna go back to the studio, and it's just the whole song. I could hear the entire song. Now I knew I wanted to send something to him for him to hop on while I was working on the album, but I didn't know what. I didn't know what it was gonna sound like. So that literally, bro, I was beatboxing that entire track, and the whole hook came to me. And then when I got time, that 6-hour window to 5-hour, whatever, to be able to work on the track, I produced it, and I just, sang the hook, and I started writing my verse or whatever, and I just sent that to him with the open verse. Yeah. And then I asked G-Child from Belmont. I said that right. From Belmont, man, I asked him to help me to write the first verse. Well, the Duval did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To rate that mug for me, dog. And it just all kind of, again, the collaborative effort thing, you know what I'm saying? It came together, man. That's one of my favorite things. Yeah. Just how that came together, dog.
Yeah, then G-Child got a writer creative.
Yeah.
G-Child really proud of.
Yeah, 1,000.
Super.
2,000.
So if people want to find that song on Apple, what's the particular name they need to type?
Brian B-Flat Cook, Pick Up Your Phone, featuring Lil Duval.
So it's not just B-Flat no more?
It's not. It's not actually. It used to be.
You had to change your name and shit, then.
I had to change my name because I had to do it.
Why you had to change your name?
These people are horrible. That's why. That's why. Oh, man. I can remember like it was yesterday, man. I had a different spelling to my name. I shouldn't say it, because then it's going to... I had a different spelling. It made sense. It was perfect. This influence came from nobody, the way that I was spelling it. To this day, people that really knew me back then, they'll still text me with that spelling. It's like, I remember, I know you're just doing what you got to do right now. But man, I've been using the name for probably 3 years and working with people around Birmingham, man, some esteemed people. The Google search results was from people releasing music and articles coming out, stuff like that or whatever. So at a certain point, I did notice, and keep it funkified with you, that when I would just Google myself to see what's popping up, what's going on, how it's looking, I started seeing me and this other individual. It was back to back for 7 pages of search results. I was like, that's a little alarming, but it's really not alarming because they're not a music producer and I'm not a comedian, let's say. One sweet day, I got an email and it was a cease and desist. So this is fine. It's fine. This was a cease and desist. It was like, oh, our client is using this name and you got it from them. Didn't know about them at all. They several states, thousands of miles over. And so the cease and desist came with their trademark, and they was just like, this person is a musician, they're a producer, they're an artist, you know, so they cutting it at the knees, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that I could do. Because again, I was still just learning. I didn't know that, oh, let me make sure I trademark everything, whatever, you know. I was just like, well, everything's already like in the air and algorithm, YouTube, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm the one using this name. Never thought it was gonna be that big of an issue, but there was, as mad as I was, there was nothing I could do, dog. And I knew it. I knew it. My attorney, she was like, man, well, it sucks the way she did it, but she did get the trademark, you know, that's how they said. So, yeah, it just kind of is what it is, man. And I had to make an adjustment and change it, man. It sucks. It sucked because it was just like, dang, I got to start over. That's what I'm telling myself. But it's good for what? Google search results. Mm-hmm. Now you type all that stuff in, all three of those names, and only my stuff pops up. So, hey.
Yeah, you came up with your name before you could, like if you was a new producer, you would have searched the name. See, I want my name to be B-Flat. Let me search it.
Right.
Let me see if somebody else has it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would have did.
Yeah.
But that was, now niggas probably would have did that now.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. So, and who's to say that it would have even, anything would have come up at the time? Yeah. Like, what if she was, that person was building at the same time as that, you know, that I was. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, that was tough. But, what do they say? Everything happens for a reason. I mean, for this particular reason, yeah, I can't even deny it or fight it. I mean, my own name-wise, you type that in, you're not going to see some 6'9" basketball player or something. You know, it's me. My face is going to pop up. So it worked. All in good timing. All in good tidings.
They made Soulja Boy change his name.
No way.
Soulja Boy tell him at first.
No, he was Soulja Boy. They made a
shot. And then he had to do the tell him.
Yeah.
No way.
Why?
Because somebody had Soulja Boy.
No.
What, he
wasn't the first one with the name.
Nah, he wasn't the first one.
Look like
they probably just some random dude.
Yeah, in Germany or something. Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
Say, hey, my nigga using my name.
Yeah.
I bet Soulja Boy was talking so much shit when he found out about that.
Dang. Because I'm sure that they went the route of like, okay, what do you want? We'll pay you X amount. And somebody probably just held their nuts on him.
Yeah.
That's lame as hell, though.
Yeah, if we never know who Soulja Boy is, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like,
I'm an unknown rapper, and this nigga just blew up and got a record there. His label come to me like, "Hey man, let us get that name. How much you want?" I'm taking the money.
Yeah. How much you gonna take?
That's the thing.
I can rename myself. I don't nobody know me.
How much you would sell it for if you would have been in that situation?
It depends on where I'm at. What my situation looking like. It depends on what the situation. Nigga might do it for $5,000. It depends on the situation.
I would be like, let me get 2% royalties.
Dang, real
on this career.
Okay.
And letters in front of it.
That's it.
Yeah.
TGPTs.
Let's spell the A with a V.
Draco Soulja Boy.
Yeah, man.
Dang, dog.
That's wild, bro. I ain't never know the backstory behind it. And I was like, dang, because I went looking for when I found out your project came out, I went looking for it and I had to just go directly to your Instagram.
I bet, yeah. Word.
You know what I'm saying? So you produced and wrote your whole project?
All right, I produced the whole project. I wrote, God, if I was looking at the list, I could tell you at least 4 of the songs, maybe 3 to 4 songs Ariel wrote. And it was stuff that we worked on during that season where we was just like in the dungeon with it. Like, and there was a bunch of stuff that he was just like, oh man, you know what? You will sound better on this. You try it. And I just recorded it and I reproduced it and it was just sitting in a folder. And I was driving one day going through my Dropbox listening to stuff and I just pissed myself off. It's like, nigga, why is this not out? Like I literally just yelled at it with the windows up, of course. And that's when I decided to put that project together, listening to records like that. So, but other than that, yeah, I did write, a handful of songs. A couple of them, Ariel did write the hook and I wrote the verses.
Cool.
So stuff like that.
So like, you do have a distinct sound as an artist and a producer, especially a producer. Like you can hear a beat when it come on and you know you made that.
Word. How
important is it? Could you explain to other artists and producers, how important is it to have an original sound, like your own sound?
Realistically, I mean, it just goes down to branding, realistically. Because even with that, when you think about it, it sucks because as a producer, you want to be able to do it all. But, I mean, shoot, if you wanted 808s and really fancy hi-hats a few years ago, I mean, maybe even now, but when it was really getting branded, I mean, that's Metro Boomin, man. That's Mike Will made it, you know, like, and they had their set of clientele and artists that they would work with, and it worked. I'm sure it set their lives up. They done bought family members' houses, all that kind of stuff. So it's really like, to me, I see it not as an art thing. It's more like business of you saying, okay, this is the product that I have. This is the demographic that I'm going after or that already is seeking this. And I'm doing this my way. They're going to like it or they do like it. And I'm just going to feed them. You know what I'm saying? But to say like, oh, man, I want people who like to listen to the Beatles and Elton John. I want to get them too. Then you're not going to get them with that sound. Just sit right here. Maybe you do that 5 years down the line when you rebrand yourself. But it's really branding, dog. I look at it as like, this is business. You know, if I think, oh, man, I want to go and get, this is going to be pretty much, I don't know, straightforward, or maybe a little bit too straight. But I want a Big Mac today. I'm not going to Burger King for it. I'm going to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like they sell the Big Mac. You know, it's just in Burger King they have the Whopper. If I want the Whopper, I'm gonna go there. So it's just like, you know, it's really business when you consider like the branding of not just colors or a logo, clothing, the type of shades you wear, but even just down to the art of sound. You know what I'm saying? And I think it is important. I don't know, maybe not as much as it used to be, honestly, because everything is kind of sounding very much alike.
Yeah,
just to be perfectly honest
that should
with
be
you,
trash because it's like you get to an era and you be like, damn, why do you sound like him? And why do you sound like him? And why do you why niggas just don't go find their own?
Yeah,
because people respect originality way more than they respect a copycat. You know what I'm saying? It's a few niggas that can do some copy shit. Like Drake, the only nigga that can steal a nigga song, put it out, and everybody rock with that shit, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
You know who used to do that though?
Who?
And I hate I'm having to say used to because it just is what it is. Tory Lanez just came to mind when he first came out. Well, no, definitely. Oh, yeah. You're right about that. You're right about that. But like stylistically, like I had a conversation with somebody about him and somebody else. They just brought him up in a room one day. I was like, yo, I never really thought about that. But yeah, he was like, okay, this is working. I'm going to go after it. And this is working too. I'm going to go after it. And he would sound just like certain people or whatever.
I heard somebody call Tory Lanez a chameleon.
Dang, yeah.
They say he can sound just like, if it's a Travis Scott, he can make a Travis Scott sound a song, or Drake sound a song, or whatever R&B type songs, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
He can sound just like them.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That nigga head bigger than a motherfucker. I wish you could see our other cameraman. Headquarters. He ain't here today. His name Headquarters for a reason.
You just said headquarters.
He got the damn dome piece.
Shout out my boy Headquarters,
Shout out my nigga
man.
Headquarters.
Shout out my boy
Head
Kurt,
bouncing
man.
Shout out Kurt. Hey, you know, Kurt, you already know what I'm about to say. So one day we was getting ready and D. Kelly said, Kurt round. That's my round.
No way, bro.
Bro, it get bad in this hole, bro.
Bro, I'm not even finna laugh because I can't. Like, I don't have the right to passage to laugh right now, so I'm gonna just look at this yellow light. I'm gonna just stare into the light, and that's it.
Shut up,
Dang,
Kurt.
man.
So you putting out any more projects anytime soon?
Yeah, I got a deluxe in my project. The only reason that ain't happened yet is because of this effing Kobe. Achilles tear, man. It just kind of slowed me down a little bit, so I kind of get my bearings straight. But now I'm moving around. You know, I got a few more ticks on this or whatever, and I'm shooting videos, and I'm gonna deluxe it. You know, add a few new songs to it and stuff like that. But I do have another project of mine that is coming out, and then all this stuff I'm doing with Akeem. You know, going back to that, like that's gonna kind of just be coming out the chamber, man. Yeah.
So what's your goals with it? Because it kind of seemed like you just got it on cruise control. Like you just, I need to be here. Like, what's your goal? Like,
Ferrari.
You want a Ferrari?
That's it.
Which one?
All of them.
Oh, you a Ferrari man?
No, not necessarily. Just supercars in general. And I'm saying that, and it sounds like I'm trolling or being silly or whatever. But I've always been into that stuff, dog. Like, in the day that can happen, and it's not just about the material, the car. To be able to do that, and if you're able to do that, that person has some stability in a whole lot of other areas. So, I mean, yeah, I love doing it, and don't do it unless you really love it. Like, all y'all know that, like, because you're gonna have to take. We talked about a lot of L's that you have to take, and you gotta still love it when the L's happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a win. Sure. So it's not just about money or whatever, but that is a goal. Like, dead serious, as cheap as that might sound, dog, is, man, I got a few supercars now. And that's that way I know mama's straight, Sister straight, she ain't gonna hurt for nothing. I had to financially, everything is there for everybody around, including myself. And I can just hop in the car and take a SF90.
You can go shoot the 280 video.
Shoot, I can legitimately. Ain't got to borrow nobody's car, so I can take a SF90 to Target. You know what I'm saying? Like for no reason. Yeah. So I was talking about for real. That'll be like, okay, yeah, he did it then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way, but to like really be able to do that the way that I really want to do it, like it's something to be said. Every day I look at cars. I got a bunch of die-cast model cars on my studio desk right now. You know what I'm saying? Just perfectly aligned, like they in a parking space or whatever. Like I'm talking about for real. I'm watching YouTube with just like vloggers, and I like watching them a lot because it's like, oh no, these are everyday real niggas that figured this out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever route they went, I was like, man, this one dude got 13 Lamborghinis and Ferraris and a Bugatti. Like yeah, I like to see that. It just give me gas every day, dog.
Yeah. When we used to do music, I used to look at a car magazine, stand in front of the mic, just looking at it.
Oh, that's hard.
That's when I knew. I was like, what, nigga from the smoke?
DuPont Registry.
Yeah, all that. Me and my wife, we finna have our first son. I'm naming him Dayton.
You say you what?
Name him Dayton.
Dayton, no, that's hard.
If it was another girl, her name would be Daytona.
That's hard. Yeah, Daytona 500.
Daytona.
Oh, that's super hard, dog. Yeah. And congratulations, man.
Appreciate that. Man.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though, B-Flat? Like, whenever I'm working with artists and an R&B person come to me, the person that's saying they want me to record them a song, try to give me the mix, I always tell them, I say, bro, no, I don't want to mix your R&B song. You feel me? Go to B-Flat. I literally tell them all the time.
I just told her that downstairs.
Oh, dang, that's hard.
He the best one to get your shit mixed.
Dang. That's hard.
Cause I'm like, that's not my specialty, bro.
Word, yeah.
It's just different. I understand that. I'm saying different working with rappers and singers.
Yeah.
And if you want your shit to sound good, go to B-Flat.
Word
like,
up.
oh, you don't believe in yourself? No, I believe in myself. I'm trying to help you have the best quality sounders you could possibly have.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
Don't come to me.
But you know why they say that though? And I have to understand it. It's just like once you go to a good barber, why and they got your edge up right for the first time in 10 years. Yeah. Why go around just sampling barbers? Yeah. You don't find it. So you got them to trust you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, why go and build a new relationship, develop some with other people, a new work structure and all that. So that's them pushing you saying like, no, but why don't you just do it? You don't believe in yourself. Yeah. And they ain't really saying that. They're saying like, I don't want to build this again with somebody else. Yeah. So I do understand that. But I also understand what you're saying. Like, there's several things. I might try.
I'm still working with you. I'm telling you, like, we gonna go to this route together. I'm like, I'm trying to help you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, man.
You know, there's but I do that a lot.
Word, man. I thank you, man. Too, I appreciate you even saying whether they hit me up or not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking for real.
Don't even be knowing how to get in contact with you. For real.
I remember like the time you talking about when you be back and forth from the A. It's like when you came in town, everybody was trying to get you.
Word.
And the only way I could get you was through Ozu.
Oh dang, okay.
He'll book and I'm like, bro, let me come with you, please. Word. Please let me come with you. I need to talk to him, man.
Word. But then at that time it sucked because I was becoming like I don't know what the right word is. I didn't know when I was having to go back and hit I-20 again. Like I was like, okay, I'm here and I'm scheduling sessions, but once I got that call, I'm trying to get there within 48 hours. And I didn't know for how many days I'd be gone once I go. It was like, I really had to submit to it that way. That's just the word I was probably looking for. Really had to be like, man, I can do this to some extent right now. So I'm just going to and just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I bet that was kind of area tough with people trying to get in with me, but I was just like, man, I got my eyes on the prize right here. And like I said, the tiger by the tail, I ain't letting it go. And it turned into me eventually moving over that dog.
Was that hard? Because when you left, it was always a drought. Every time you left, it was a drought. Everybody like, but we can't record nothing.
No, it's so the worst of it, I guess I saw what you're talking about once I was there for a couple of days and people hit me up and said, hey, bro, I want to get in. And I had to I got to be the bearer of bad news. Mm-hmm. I'm in Atlanta again. I'm working with such and such. I don't know when I'm coming back, but I'll be back probably next week. And at first, people would say stuff like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just wait till you get back. And that started to gradually turn into, okay, well, I understand, bro. I'm going to figure it out. And I had to understand it. So I always say, I don't have this on a scale. I didn't write it down or put it in some spreadsheet, but I lost at least 50 to 70 of the people that I was working with when I was doing it. And I could tell, financially. I was like, man, I have really sacrificed the stability for the dream. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I did it.
A lot of people be scared of. That's why I'm glad you said that. Like,
Yeah.
some people want to jump out on their dreams, and everybody gets stuck in comfortability. Like, whether it's at being at the bottom, you okay with the bare minimum, or you okay with just like right here, but nobody want to go here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? You and I were talking for a hot second before we got started, and we was talking about we're talking about a lot of stuff real quick, and we were probably talking for 3 minutes, man. We probably did a whole podcast then. As you said, okay, well, you walked out. You probably walked out just so you wouldn't talk about everything before we got here. But you were saying that there were some people in your life that was teaching you this way of how to stay on this train track. And you was like, man, I hear all that, man, but I'm hard-headed. And I thought about that word. I don't think you was hard-headed. I think you was an effing risk taker. That's really what it is. Like, to be able to like to sacrifice or to trade this for that, like that's taking a big risk.
Yeah.
And big things happen when you take a risk, not when you play it safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and it's not a guarantee, but if you do aim for that thing over there, and you might have to sacrifice something to get to it. You're not in control of what it is that you sacrifice. There is a chance that you will get there. If you don't aim for it, it's a guarantee you won't. Absolute guarantee. So if you can really sit down in the chair and weigh out both of those and swing that pendulum, dog, like, I mean, the choice is yours.
Yeah. And people just be scared to just jump. Like, fuck it. If you could try it, bro, try it. Like, you don't, like Kobe said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know what I'm saying? So,
Dang.
hey, for y'all who trying to get to where he's at and where he's going, it takes a lot of fucking sacrifice and moving. He passed up money.
Yeah.
Good money.
Also discipline too, because a lot of stuff that you say, you got to be a real disciplined person to tell yourself, I'm finna watch F1 or I'm finna do this. Like, you challenge yourself, and a lot of people think that challenges just come with what you doing in that time, and a lot of your challenges for yourself didn't have nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
And people got to be able to do that to even get to the point where they can make a sacrifice.
That's real. That's a really good astute observation, my brother. Because like I said, even with this injury, and I keep going back to this because it was effing dismal, but I had to use that word. It wasn't. I didn't have a choice of the matter as to whether or not I got injured. Like, that's the freak accident. If I had a choice and it was on the video game, I would have chosen not to do that. But after that, it was, do you want to get surgery? Do you not want to get surgery? It's possible to heal from this without it. And I was like, as crazy as this fixing to be, as much as this might even set a few things back, I'm going to do it. And I say that, I don't know how many surgeries everybody's had. That was my first one. In all these years, I'm just like, man, I never had a broken bone, probably sprained some ankles. I sprained both of them playing basketball. Go figure. But never a decision like that. And I only did it, not only did it, but probably 85% of my decision was like, dang, I really need a challenge. And I don't know for what reason. I might not see it till next year. Until what now some other monster or mountain that I come to, I'll be like, yeah, that's a little scary, but at least it's not an Achilles tendon that was torn. And then you had to get it sutured back together. You know, like I'll probably be able to like channel that or something. That's why I did it. So you're absolutely right about that. Stuff that probably ain't even musically related is finding just new challenges for the personal. Because the personal pushes the music, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make sure you straight first. So yeah. Boom.
Them big facts. I remember D. Kelly bones was pie as hell. We were growing up. That shit used to break every goddamn 20 minutes. That
No
nigga
way.
Mr. Glass. Oh God, I remember they broke his wrist. We outside hooping. That nigga then jumped up and tried to dunk on our homeboy. Came down just like this.
Yeah, I used to jump up there. Like, I used to jump up there to be flat.
Loud of head.
You can hear it.
He was like, damn. That nigga just walked home.
Drove myself to the hospital.
I was like, man. Then came back, broke his foot. Then he got damn leaving out the house with some, what you had there, boiling water?
Now it was some grease fire.
Grease. Yeah.
Dang.
And our neighbor came running in the house.
Some guy bumped into him and I
D.
dropped
Kelly
it.
burnt his foot down to the bone. Nigga just waited on Quincy to get there to take him to the house.
Yeah, you weren't finna dry yourself that time, man.
Nah, what happened? Oh, it was my driving foot.
That's when they said, okay, big, I got you.
Nigga really sat on the porch and waited on his dad with his bone. I'm like, bro, you different.
Dang.
Yeah, no.
Dang, dog.
But yeah,
Because they neighbor out.
Ugly ass little nigga.
and, shout out to Ben. Nigga think he Future now. He want to start a podcast too. But I
He a
told him
funny
he too
nigga,
ugly,
bro.
though.
Ain't Lil Ben no more, bro.
Y'all on everything.
That nigga funny
That
hell.
nigga funny. You ain't got to
He ugly too.
ugly as fuck. You hear me? Oh
I
God.
said he too ugly to have a podcast.
Yeah, he need a radio show.
Yeah. That don't never show nothing.
We can turn all the lights off in the hoe. We do a podcast by that.
All by itself.
Oh God. How do you get the flashlight? Just put that hoe under your chin. No other light. All these like gonna shoot too much ugly.
Black
They
Witch
like
Project.
they know they wrong.
Dang. All right.
Too much ugly face.
Well, yeah, man. So before we get out of here, bro, why don't you tell the people where they can find you again? The music, Instagram. If artists want to book a session when they in the A, if you doing that, you know what I'm saying?
And I am doing that. You know what I'm saying? Instagram is really good still. Brian B-Flat Cook, Brian with an I, B-Flat B-F-L-L-T, B-F-L-A-T. See, I ain't even used to spelling it this way now because of that incident. Yeah. All the way over there, yeah. Cook, C-O-O-K, you know, shoot, yeah, that's really legit. I got BrianBFlatCook.com, I got RNBLover.com because the name of the project is R&B Lover. You'll see what's happening with that really, really soon because I was working on that when this happened. Keep on going back, segue into this thing. So yeah, that's it. That's legit, man. I mean, of course, I got stuff on YouTube, in studio videos, things of that nature. But yeah, probably Instagram is what I would spend time and / waste time checking all day.
Yeah.
So I'm there.
How much time you think you spend on Instagram a day?
Yeah, it's not that bad because you see, I'm like criticizing myself. I hold myself accountable. I call a spade a spade. And I be on here like, I'm doing something. I'm waiting on the status bar to complete. Like on something I'm doing on a mix. So, let me just. 20 minutes gone by. This is everybody that suffers from this. I'm like, man, I did nothing just then. I could have been halfway done with this lead vocal or something. So yeah, everybody suffers through it, man. I don't know. How much time. So, but when it happens, I'll be wanting to just kick myself in the back of the head.
You ever been on
With
the
the
phone
good
so
foot.
long on the toilet, your leg went to sleep?
Oh yeah.
That shit hurt so bad.
Too funny. What wrong
You know,
with
that
this?
mother feel like the static on the channel, nigga.
Leg be on channel 6 to 8 after Jerry Springer go off. After Bobby T show come on.
My WB, whatever it is. Yeah.
Shout out to nigga Bobby T, man.
Shout out Bobby T, man. We talked about Bobby T at 10 times on this whole.
I want to interview that nigga.
Okay, I was talking about Bobby T. Bobby T, you find this show, bro. Go holler at us. We're trying to get you on here, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, so
Yeah, man, if you made it to the end of this podcast, just know we three players discussing hip-hop, entertainment, culture,
And all the rap shit in between.
back door.
gang.